Hello, Goddess, and welcome to a brand new week and this week's Super Signs Sunday. My name is Rochelle Richard, and if you are new to my channel, we here at Empowerment Experiences are looking for and finding our power all along this, which is each our own self-love empowerment journey. And as a self-love empowerment coach who later discovered herself to be on a twin flame journey, a concept of twin flames I didn't believe in when I met my counterpart, that I had to discover that a twin flame journey is very much a self-love empowerment journey on steroids, indeed. So here we are, healing twin flames, and as I've said, looking for and finding our power all along this, which is each our own self-love empowerment journey, which we do through things as manifestation, inner child healing, shadow work. We utilize obviously the oracle cards and other such signs, synchronicities, divination tools, any which way that we can allow ourselves to be supported on this journey, and of course further reclaim our power to be rising and thriving on this journey. Wow. There we are, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to savor this life and really make the most out of each and every moment that we have, to recognize the power that we each possess to be the fullest expression of that which we truly are. And that's very much where I'm feeling we are this week, is more of the being the fullest and truest expression of you. To truly love yourself is to allow yourself to be yourself. And so this very much feels to be amplified right now, because so much is falling away. So much is falling away, and that which is falling away is everything that never was you. The ego is gonna fight and kick and scream and resist as much as it can, every bit that it can. But this is why you in your power, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. It's a constant, consistent practice of letting go, letting go, letting go. And the same very much for this twin flame journey, is you have to let go of control. You have to let go of the need to be so resistant to it looking any other way than the way you think it has to look. To realize that perhaps this is a boomerang journey wherein the counterparts have to pull apart. We do, to heal some major wounds that we would just continue to perpetuate within the connection. We have to go off and we have to heal those. And each our own journey. We each have to step into our power individually. And then when we reunite, we're that much more powerful. We just amplify each other. And that's why as each and every one of us begin to reclaim our power, we collectively become stronger. And that's what we're here for. We're here to support the liberation of humanity from the oppressive system that is the Matrix. To break free of all the boxes that say you have to be a certain way, or else you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough. No more of that. You're here to be free and to be thee. Well now. With that, Super Sign Sunday here, right? This boomerang journey, understand, Goddess, is again about you letting go of what isn't you, so you can return home to that which is. And I know it feels as though there's just so much that's crumbling, so much you don't know, so much uncertainty, but that's where the magic can happen. That's where the magic can happen, is you decide. Clearly, I need to address this card here. You need to set that intention. You need to be clear and decisive. When you are clear and decisive on what you desire, no matter how seemingly small it may be. In fact, dear sweet goddess, we are being encouraged right now to let go of the big dream. Let go of the big dream. And instead, focus on each bit by bit of little dreams, little things. Like, what's the next step that you would like to see in your job, in your growth, in your twin flame connection, in your business, in your family, in your relationship? And again, I'm not talking the big ultimate. I'm talking just the next. What's the next? What's the next that you're clear about? What is something that you are clear about, that you can be clear about? Because if something is all muddied up, well, then you're going to get a muddied up outcome. And that means you're most likely going to get things you really don't want. So this is why, again, letting go of the control over the things that you do not have control over, and rather reclaiming your power over that which you do, which is, what are you focusing on? How are you showing up? What is the intention for you doing what you're doing, or saying what you're saying, and especially being the way you are being? This is what it is to be conscious, goddess. And this is the work that we are doing. This is the very work that, again, is going to boomerang you back, so to speak, with your divine masculine in the physical. But first, you must be coming back home to yourself. The mirror of the journey, right? You are like this boomerang set out, bringing back all of this information and this experience to that which is source. Relaying this information. Now, it's time to get clear and decisive. And again, the things that you cannot at this point in time, because you don't have all the information. And before you think yourself into a headache, goddess, before you think yourself into a headache, you've got to pivot onto where you do have power, where you can get clear, where you can create clarity. Any aspect of your journey where you can maybe take a few, 10 minutes and just sit and go, let me just see what comes about that. And just sit down with a pencil and paper and see what comes. Why not? I mean, that is what it is to journal, after all. Because you are decluttering and creating space for this prosperity that is waiting to come into your realm, into your experience, goddess. You have to create that energetic space. You have to let go. Again, letting go of what no longer serves you. Because it's taking up space, this very space that this prosperity, this money, this windfall, whether it is actual cash or it's blessings, period, just some sort of energetic blessings in some way, shape, or form of prosperity, is just knocking at your door, but your house is full. And very much the same goes with beliefs and stories that you're telling. Stop watering the weeds, right? Again, being very intentional about how you are showing up, and about letting go of the things that you cannot control, letting go of the things that are muddying your experience, because you're overthinking and creating those headaches. I'm very, very familiar with that, goddess. So when you are in that overthinking space, well, here we are. This is where your power is. You've got to move that energy. That energy is wanting to be released. Remember, you're letting it go. So let that energy, like bubbles floating upward to the sky, as you shake the heaviness just kind of wafts off you like bubbles, and you just let it float away, and they just dissipate and disappear. Poof, poof, poof. All your worries, all your stresses, all the nonsense that you thought was you but wasn't you, all the limiting beliefs, all the limitations, period, that you placed upon you, all the things that you have thought and believed and continued to tell about yourself that keep you dimming your light and from stepping into being the fullest expression of you, into owning all that is your truth, the radically real you. Oh, I'm pretty excited about, some of the different things I've been exploring in my life. My life isn't just my coaching, however, and I say just because I love what I do, and I had to actually really allow myself to let something else into my realm of experience, and the expansion that is happening and the deeper discoveries of my own self and my own expansion are just phenomenal. They're just mind-blowing. They're so unfamiliar and uncomfortable that it's awesome. It's an amazing, uncomfortable place to be. And that's where you want to be. But that uncomfortability, right, of you coming back to you, where you're kind of like, oh wow, this feels good, this is cool, I like this kind of unknown, exploratory part, but oh my God, what are people gonna think? But oh my gosh, I gotta have like a real job. Oh my gosh, I gotta, and all the limitations start coming in. That's when you dance. That's when you just say, nope, you put on some of your favorite music and you just move. You allow those things that are coming up to come up and out of you. Let them be released. Move your body. Put on some twerking music. Drop it like it's hot, sister. Just make sure you can pick it back up. I like to joke about that now because I was one of those in the club. I was dropping it. And now it is time to truly be loving yourself. This is how you love yourself. And remember, the only way to come into union with your twin is by coming home to union within. And that is what this experience is about. This journey is about, is you coming home to you. Remember, a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey on steroids, I like to say. And you are your first, one and only, all-encompassing true love. You, because only you could ever fully know you. Nobody else. And nobody else could know you, just as you could never fully know another except you. And so, yes, this mirrors for your counterpart, but this card, from the very beginning, this card has come up and has been very embodying of that self, of loving the self. Because when you love yourself, you allow for the fullest expression of yourself, goddess. And that again is what the energy for this week at this point where we are is about, being the fullest expression of you and allowing for yourself to discover new things, to allow for the hope of that this is going to be fun, that this is going to be cool, that this is going to be an adventure. Right? Hope doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're in this horrible, depressed state. It could simply mean that, oh, I don't know what that's about. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. And your mind is trying to think through this entire thing that you've never experienced. You have no real knowledge of it. And really one of the big things for me that's coming up is exploring this NFT world, this crypto NFT art, this whole, it's a whole new experience where I am. I'm part of this incredible group of individuals that are coming together and creating this incredible new earth rising movement of unity and win-win-win. It's just phenomenal to be in. And it wasn't, because we'll often say, especially in the coaching realm, is if it's not a fuck yes, then it's a fuck no. Now, this was not a fuck yes. However, it was certainly not a fuck no. And I had to ask, circumstances alter cases. So in the context of it was that I don't know what the fuck. That was literally my mind about what this NFT, I had no grasp of the concept of what it even was. So who am I to just dismiss something because I've never experienced it before? I don't know what it is. It's something absolutely and utterly foreign. But I get to choose, just like you, when it's something new that you're being presented with, something new for you to rediscover about yourself, something for you to discover about yourself that, oh, I do enjoy that. It's kind of like you tried Brussels sprouts when you were a kid, you didn't like them, and all of a sudden you try them when you're an adult 30 years later, and you're like, oh my God, I have been missing out on Brussels sprouts. Right? It's literally that. Again, dismiss nothing at face value just because it's not a fuck yes. It's not a guaranteed it's going to be this outcome. We are literally in this whole NFT space. It's a gamble. It is a complete and utter mind-boggling. We have no idea what's going to happen. Totally 2 teardrops in a bucket, fuck it kind of experience. Because Goddess, this is why you're here. You have come to experience this. The intention is saying, you know what? I intend to align with a positive outcome. I intend to align with creating a vision with other souls that serves the community in which it is created. You see what I mean? It's really allowing for the deeper intentions to come through. That again, yeah, can this be like a big profit money thing? Of course, there are no limits to how much this could be, that this could be in the minds. However, everybody could lose everything. So it is a gamble, but at the same time, we get to choose. And we're all just riding this incredible ride of watching this organic creation just have a mind of its own. Individuals all of a sudden going, oh, but that person does that and they'll be perfect for that. Oh, and there again, the expansion and alignment with a unified collective of what is divinely unfolding and being divinely guided. It was just a guy who showed up at a coffee shop, who had a vision, was in the right place at the right time with just the story is phenomenal. Right? And this is where we are, Goddess, as we step more and more into this 5D energy, is your only responsibility. Yeah, you have the vision, but you have to let go of that. Your responsibility is now really truly on, like we were talking about last week, right? How does it feel? What is the outcome that you desire, being in terms of what do you desire to be experiencing? What is your intention? Your ultimate intention, that deeper intention, not to make a couple $1 million. Yeah, sure, that'll be all fun and fine and dandy. However, imagine having a legacy of having created a community that really brings artists together and, really amplifies the value of the artist community. Because without art, we wouldn't have all that we have. Oh my goodness, look, cheer. So cheer. This is literally the oil right now. I'm like, cheer, right? Because art is uplifting. Art is when we actually allow ourselves the outlet to be expressed, again, being the fullest expression of yourself. And all of this is coming through right now with this whole interconnectedness of what's being created. And this is when you are that fullest, when you allow for yourself to really begin to be expressed in a way that you're not controlling it other than observing it, watching yourself, obviously maintaining your your emotional state of being, your, your mental capacity and such, but at the same time surrendering to this completely blindfolded unfolding that's happening, right? And to cheer the journey, to cheer the magic that is happening as each moment it does. It's just absolutely incredible. I'm going to actually throw this on here. Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite. This actually comes in the Creative Clarity journaling kit that I include with the Empowered with Rochelle All Access Pass. It's actually a kit that goes with one of my original video courses, my Creative Clarity journaling course. And it's an entire amazing creative kit that again includes cheer and my favorite, which is cedarwood. It's my grounding oil. It's my favorite. So with that, goddess, cheer, be in that uplifted state, because here's why. That's your frequency. That's your vibration. So if you want to be in that positive energy and be aligning yourself with a positive outcome, that's your intention, then you've got to come at it from that place. And you've got to be knocking all the things that are coming at you of limitations or blocks or attempting to dim your light and keep you from speaking your truth or expressing your divinity, your art, who you are. You yourself are a piece of art, goddess, and you are here to be the expression that is that art as created by the universe. So it is, again, that whole loving yourself this week by being the truest and fullest expression of that which is yourself, which is to then, of course, be working that light, be shining it bright. So with that, let's ask these Work Your Light cards. What are we being asked? Yes, of course, being intentional. Intentional about how we're showing up, intentional about what timeline we are aligning with. Wow. Oh, I was about to say, oh, normally this card's got a lot to say, and they do. Here we go. You are already doing it. Stop overthinking. As I mentioned, overthinking leads to headaches, okay? It leads to procrastination. It leads to lack of confidence. It leads to just lack, period. All right? Quiet the lack, quack, okay? Don't be letting that duck is not invited, okay? Just keep anchoring into you. Who are you? You are not the labels that you bear. So just as, again, I'm stepping out into this space, it's exploring who you are. Stop limiting yourself just because it's not who you've been. It doesn't mean it's not who you are. Right? So stop overthinking everything. Simple and sweet. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? If you were not afraid of being judged, being criticized, condemned, made fun of, yeah, you weren't afraid of that, how would you show up? I mean, what would you wear? A costume? A Wonder Woman outfit? I mean, why not, right? Whoever you are, that's who you're here to be. Goddess, you. All that's you. So all of this, you are in the midst of this transformation. We're in that you're not, yet another transformation, right? You're not yet what you were before, but you're not yet what you're becoming, what you truly are. You haven't fully integrated, because right now it is that deep, deep healing. We're healing the mother wounds. We're healing these core wounds right now. And those include allowing yourself to explore things that are out of your normal. Okay? And this might also include having better boundaries with those who really are toxic. I know for myself, I had quite a surprise. definitely someone who is a friend of convenience and is definitely someone to make sure that, you know, quite frankly, there is very limited engagement with this individual. And I completely understand why I'm given this challenge, because I understand that there are times when there are circumstances in our lives where there are individuals that we either live with, we work with, you know, we're related to, that we just cannot, due to some of the circumstances, obviously, that we cannot just say, get the fuck out of my life, bye, you know, bye Felicia, right? Rather, we have to create adaptations. We have to create methods of healing our own selves, of purging that toxicity energy, that toxic energy, because it is perfectly doable, right? It is just learning what you need to be doing for yourself. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And oh my gosh, here we are, dance. So this week, God has put on that music. Spend some more time actually, you know, moving that body, you know, allow for things to be released from you, to just fall away. You don't have to be constantly doing the work. I hear this all the time. Oh, I want to figure this out. I got to figure that out. I got to do this work and I got to do that work. When you know what? Remember, Goddess, remember. You're here to experience this life. You're here to live and love the moment. It's not supposed to be a burden. It's not. So when, and this is that challenge of that intention this week. Set the intention that this week I intend that when I feel as though life is a burden and life is suffocating me, therefore life is dimming my light and causing me to, triggering me to react in a way that I close myself off. I don't allow myself to be fully expressed. So this week I intend that when those times happen, that I'm just gonna dance. If that is in line at the damn grocery store, if it's in an argument with someone, whatever it is, when there's that moment where all of a sudden shit just feels like a burden, just start dancing, Goddess, just start dancing. Move that energy. Don't feed into the negativity of that moment. Choose to disengage by way of doing something different, doing something that's instead going to transmute that energy that all of a sudden is trying to suck you down and pull you in and keep you from speaking your truth or from, you know, owning your worth. Yeah. And so with that, you know, we are, of course, asking the divine masculine energy, what might he have to say, or recommend, or suggest, or just, you know, what? Oh. Well, looky there, playfulness. Exactly like I was saying. When you start to feel weighed down as though life is heavy, play, dance, move, have fun. Because what's happening is when you are so serious and you stay in those lower vibrations, that begins to expand, that begins to be your point of attraction, and therefore you're going to draw more experiences like that, and then you just start to expand in that. Catch yourself, right? It is about being intentional about how you want to be experiencing your experience here. And so there you go. You have the divine masculine saying, play, my love, play, baby, play. Have fun. Let your inner child explore this world. allow for that expansion. That is how we expand, is we allow for our consciousness, our experience, our knowing, our that which is this experience. We allow for it to expand. We allow for our learning to expand us, this experiencing. Any other messages from, the divine well right there? It's about cultivating happiness. And that is something that you must facilitate within yourself. You must allow for this happiness to be conjured within you, and therefore you must be the one to focus upon that which conjures and cultivates and expands that happiness from within you. By playing, having fun, dancing, being silly. Actually, there's learning new dance moves. There's so many things out there, even on the web. You could learn the latest dance craze, whatever. I'm sure there's something. So, with that, this is about you realizing how strong you are, how powerful you are. Recognizing that you have the power of choice. You have the power to choose that which you allow for yourself, that which you allow yourself to experience, that which you allow for yourself to intend, to align yourself with, to cultivate, conjure within yourself, to release. The strength that you have within yourself to heal yourself by utilizing and implementing techniques and practices, tools and resources. So many of which can be found in not just my twin flame confirmation checklist, but you better believe that baby is in this whole divine union of my two favorite, most loved things. I love hearing back when it's, oh my God, I love your checklist, and then hearing back about the challenge and saying, wow, I'd never done this before, I'd never experienced that before. So that, dear sweet goddess, that link is going to be down below, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to, again, guide you into and through finding your power on this journey, to assist with empowering you to see your strength within you. The strength for you to be the fullest expression of you, to allow yourself to be the fullest expression of you by breaking down all the barriers, all the blockages, all the sabotages, all the bullshit stories that never were you, so that you can shine your light as bright as you have come to shine it here. With that, shall we see what we have for the angel numbers today? Looky there. 31. Intriguing. And 29. I am intrigued. Let's us see. Shall we see? Let us see, shall we? 31, as it came out first, is self-determined, a different way of doing things. Oh my gosh. Goddess. Exactly what I was saying, a different way of doing things. Allowing yourself to experience something different, to really truly let go of limiting yourself. Follow your divine path, not your ego path. And that it says, follow your divine path. Creative expression, sincerity, patience, persistence, conscientiousness. Wow. Have confidence in your abilities and a positive outlook on things. Right here, hope, stay positive, right? On anything and everything new that you are experiencing. I'm just floored at that different way of doing things. It's exactly what we were talking about trust your path. See the positive reasons for all things. There we go again with that. Affirmative action is necessary right here. Dance, move. That's literally taking action, a clear and decisive action. It's intentional. It is, affirmative in the sense of you are actively grounding into this action that you are taking. So you are being divinely guided and supported. Be decisive and stay strong to your decisions, right? Be decisive right here. I'm just floored. I love when the angel numbers just fully support the message, and you just can't make this up. I love this. This is an amazing start to our week. Remember, Goddess, 2 teardrops in a bucket. Fuck it. Who cares what someone else thinks about you? They're just jealous because they're afraid to be all that they are. Okay? So it's time to be intentional about who you are. Be clear about what you can be clear about. Get clear. Get aligned. Let go of what isn't. Stop playing in the muddy water. Let it clear. All right. With that, Goddess, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you so very much. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and by all means, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what resonated, if anything, and what. I'd love to hear what questions you have, what your challenges are. You're not alone in this, Goddess. You're not alone. And with that, my inbox does have an open heart policy, so sign up for the challenge and challenge below, right? That link is below. And by all means, hit reply on any of those emails that are going to be coming your way. And let's chat. Because it is about you feeling empowered on your journey to rise and thrive, or as I'm really being called to say these days, to rise and fly. Whether it's a butterfly or a Pegasus here, really spreading those wings and flying. Being, again, the truest and fullest expression of you. Because you cannot fly with closed wings. You have to spread. You have to be full. So it's time to, yes, rise and thrive, but that means to rise and fly, Goddess. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Most likely Twin Flame Tuesday. And, yeah. I'll see you there, Goddess. Remember, the power of all that you are, the power to be the fullest expression of all that you are. Oh, Goddess, that power, it is in your hands. Because that power has always been inside you. Namaste.